Here in this lesson, we're going to go ahead and factor trinomial squares. There's a couple things that I would like you guys to pay attention to on this to make sure we fully understand it. Most of the time people look at a trinomial, as we can see here, and they would say, well, since this is a square root and that's a square root, it's a trinomial square. That's not always the case. This number right here always plays a big factor in it, and here's why. If we were to take the square root of x squared, let's go ahead and do that. So we have x squared, and we're taking the square root of it, that would equal x, right? So that means that that's a perfect square. Good, we need that. We also want to see if we can take the square root of 25. So we have to check to see if 25 is a perfect square. So if we take the square root of 25, that equals 5, which means it's a perfect square. Good. Okay, so we know that these two are perfect squares. Let me go ahead and erase this. And we know that the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 25 is 5. So if we multiplied them together, we would get 5x. Now here's the key, and this is the main thing that makes it a trinomial square. We have to multiply the square root of this and the square root of this number, and we would get 5x, but then we also have to multiply that by 2. So if we multiplied it by 2, that would equal 10x. Now, why did we go through all that trouble? Well, because if we take the square root of this and this, multiply it, and then multiply it by 2, if it gives us the number that's in the middle, then we know that it's a trinomial square. You don't always have to go through those steps, but that's what you have to see to make it a trinomial square. So then what would our answer be? Well, our answer would be this. It would just be the square root of that, which is x, the square root of 25, which is 5, and since they're all positive, it would be a plus sign, and that would be a binomial, and we just square it. So that would be our answer. So again, you take the square root of that, and you take the square root of that. They have to be perfect squares. Then you go ahead and you multiply those square roots together, and then multiply it by 2. And if that will give you the number in the middle, then it's a trinomial square, meaning you can just put the square root of that right here, the square root of 25 right here, and put it, the quantity of that, squared. We're going to go over some more examples so you fully understand this. So let's go ahead and do this problem right here. Now, we're going to go through it a little faster, but we're still going to maintain the same concepts that we talked about. We want to check first to see if that's a perfect square. Yes, it is. We want to see if this is a perfect square. Yes, it is. One other thing we have to make sure is that this number right here is a positive. So 36 has to be a positive. Any number on the trinomial at the end, as long as it's the constant, or any number in the end, has to be the positive. So this has to be a positive, and that has to be a positive. It is. So the square root of 36 is 6, and the square root of a squared is a. Good. Okay. So now, one other thing we have to check is we have to see, let me go ahead and erase that for you. We have to see is if we multiply this by 2, will it give us the number? Don't worry about the sign, just worry about the number. Will it give us the number in the middle? Well, if I took 6a times 2, that would give me 12a. Hey, what do you know? That actually does work, so we know that this is a trinomial square. So now, all we have to do here is just go ahead and put the square root of this outside number, which is a, the square root of this outside number, which is 6. Now, what we have to pay attention to is the sign in the middle. Before it was a positive because both the signs were positive. Well, now we have to pay attention to this sign right here because this sign will always be a positive, so now all we have to worry about is this sign. If that sign's a minus sign, then that minus sign goes right here, and then we square it. So that will be our answer. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and try it. You can FOIL it out. So you would just go ahead and do a minus 6 times a minus 6, and you'll get this answer right here. And that's how you go ahead and factor using trinomial squares. You gotta follow the checklist, but it's a good way to know if we got it right or not.